Welcome back to Racing with Jesse Rosinski. Happy Friday. Sorry, sad to let everyone down, but Walter can't join us today. Just VA stuff, all kinds of stuff he had to do, and I was still hung up with all of that. So sadly, I'm sorry for all of you. You're stuck with this beautiful voice all on its own until next week. But hopefully he'll be back and everything will be settled. But again, you're dealing with the VA and everything. VA, kids, wife, pregnant lady. There's a lot going on. And, so we couldn't do it in the morning. And that's where we are. But he did wish everyone his best wishes and a happy, Memorial Day. And don't forget why we, celebrate it. It's not for us that are still here that served, for everyone that, didn't make it back and that we've lost through it all. So that's his message to everyone. Which means I don't have to talk about last weekend's races now, but this will cut everything shorter. Won't be as many sidebar conversations to confuse everybody or to, drag us out because, you know how well me and him hold our train of thought. Sometimes it's impressive. Sometimes it just sucks, but lots of good racing this weekend. And it's a lot of big races, a lot of big races, actually. No offense to the Truck Series or the Xfinity Series, but as good as they are and as good a talent as they have in there, those things have to take a back seat this weekend. I mean, they have to. Just because, look at what they have competing against it. They have the F1 race in Monaco, which is, historic, event for how long they've been going there and doing that. They have the 106 running in the Indianapolis 500, which again, huge. And then the Coca-Cola 600, which is the biggest race, longest one of the NASCAR schedule. So no offense, again, trucks and Xfinity, I'm still going to watch them. I don't get why the Xfinity race is tomorrow afternoon. I'll never get that, but trucks at night, Cup at night, Xfinity at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. But, nothing you can do about it now. But yeah, I'm more looking forward to Sunday. Sunday's going to be the big day. It's, racing all day. I mean, we go from, the F1 race is again at 9, then IndyCar's at 12:45. And, it just keeps going on and on. And I'm not upset about that at all, actually. I'm really, really excited for, having a day like that. If they're going to have everything spaced out like that, at least they're going to have, 3 really, really good races in one day with enough time to get them all in, as long as everything goes well, of course. You can't guarantee everything is, that idiocy isn't going to happen, but they gave themselves a lot of time, to get everything done on that day. And again, they're very historical, and the tracks, the races, they're the big ones. They are 3 of the big ones, and I love how they do it. I normally don't get to catch all 3 of them live just because life, and I'm sure we all understand that, but they gave it good timing. So as long as nothing egregiously uncommon or stupid happens, it should work out okay, and you should be able to watch all 3 of them. So I'm really hoping that's the case. Pardon the chair, but I really hope that's the case because there's going to be really, really good racing, all across the board. But start out tonight, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, North Carolina Education Lottery 200, 134 lap race tonight at 8:30 on FS1. And I love truck racing. I don't know about everyone that listens to me on here. I think they put on sometimes better racing than you'll see in the Cup Series. And we all know how I felt about last weekend, but I think it's going to be a really good one. They got some great names in there too, and a lot of people had some terrible luck last year that I think we're going to see bounce back. But last year, the top 10, John Hunter Nemechek won, Hocevar was 2nd, Ben Rhodes 3rd, Stuart Friesen 4th, Todd Gilliland 5th, Chandler Smith 6th, Ty Majeski 7th, Eric Cross 8th, Austin Hill 9th, Zane Smith rounded out the top 10. Haley Deegan got a 13th. She needs to have a run like that or better this time around, just with how everything's been working out this season for Matt Crafton was 30th. Johnny Sauter was 31st. It's obviously, bad nights for them, bad luck. And again, these things do happen. Like, you can't have good luck all the time, no matter who you are. So when you look at that, though, I mean, a lot of the names are obviously still there, but Austin Hill's gone. So there's one. Shelton Creed had a bad race. He's gone. John Hunter's been good. Hocevar's been good. Ben Rhodes. Stuart Friesen just won that last one. The Smiths. There's lots of people that ran really good. And then there's also Cup drivers in this one. Or former Cup drivers that still, they should be Cup drivers, but for some reason, other people got rides over them because of who they are. You can try to deny, you can try to argue with me. What the hell is Ty Dillon doing in a car still? Just saying. And most of his runs this year proven my point exactly to a T. Why the hell is he still there? But he is. But Ryan Preece is in the race, running in the 17. Ross Chastain's running for Nice in the 41, and Kyle Busch is in the 51. I'm telling you, watch out for Rowdy. How many straight years has it been, where he's won a race in the Truck Series, and he would have had the one at Coda, but he got taken out there. And I mean, he's running, I think he's got Sears Point, Sonoma, whatever they're calling, Finian, I think was the name, whatever they're calling it now. I think that's probably one of his last shots. So watch out, because he's won every year for so long that I think he's going to be, dangerous tonight. And it's still Kyle Busch, and everyone complains because he's there. But think of how much experience those young guys get in that series that otherwise wouldn't get to drive with someone from the Cup Series, not that caliber, unless he came down there, which makes everyone step their game up. And you can learn so much stuff just by following him around the track. I think it's good for everybody. It's like having Chastain down there. I think that's good for everybody. Preece, I think him getting a run is really good. But watch out for Rowdy tonight. That's my big one right there. He's running out of races to get a win this year, and that's just a dangerous thing. Otherwise, John Hunter Nemechek, obviously he's fast pretty much everywhere we go. Lots of poles in a row. Always fast. He's another one that got shot up way too early into a car that they knew wasn't going to be really that competitive. And, well, right back down to the trucks. At least he got a ride out of it, and Kyle took care of him. But that, it sucked. The Smiths, I think the Smiths are going to, be up there again. There's been a few off races for each of them here and there. I think they're going to be up there just because of what it is. Chastain, watch out, because, in those races, he's always competitive and he's good. That's how he got where he is. Ryan Preece, just because he doesn't get a lot of opportunities, when he gets them, watch out. And he's normally right up there running good, which is a good thing. Matt Crafton's going to do better. We'll see what Maddie D can do compared to that. Haley needs a better, Deegan, she needs a better run. Like, there's a lot of people that need to improve from where they were last year, or just good runs. And there's a lot of them, but Haley Deegan really needs it. Crafton really needs those two. We all knew Haley, we didn't know what to expect coming into, but Crafton, he's just had a bad year so far, and there's no other way to put it. And I'm a Matt Crafton guy. Like, I'm a fan of him. It's just, I don't know what it is, but he needs a good run. So hopefully he gets it, but I'm going to be just mind blown if Rowdy, John Hunter, Chastain, or one of the Smiths doesn't win. I know that gives me 5 people, but it's Charlotte, man. Look how bad of a truck Kyle had last year. And he was complaining the whole time, and he still almost got it done. Drove through the field a bunch. And he passed everything repeatedly. So I just got to put money on him until he proves me wrong or someone takes him out. And it has to be him. So we'll see, but there it is. And Hocevar is going to be really good. Friesen's going to be up there. I think they're going to be up there. I just think everyone I mentioned, but they'll be the ones up there. I'd love to see Friesen or Hocevar get to one. I love Stuart Friesen, always have. It'd be great to see him get another one. Will he? Who knows? I just think this track, all the Cup guys, and I just don't think he has as big of a shot this time around just because of that. But we shall see again tonight, 8:30 on FS1, 134 laps. So how fast they get around there. It's a quick race. And if you don't get to record to do something, but there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good drivers, and there's normally really good racing with people just doing stuff that makes you, oh no, a lot. So make sure, again, tonight, 8:30 FS1, if you have it, check it out, record it, and watch it tomorrow. Something. It's going to rain sooner or later on. It's been raining here all day. So, give it a shot, though. I think it'll actually really, really impress you if you give it a shot. That's all you got to do. Again, having it on FS1 hurts because I know a lot of people don't even get it. with their TV package, which hurts. But if you can watch it, I say watch it because it's really good. Moves us on to the Xfinity Series. Alsco uniforms, 300, 200 lapper, so a decent, so longer race there. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. on FS1. Again, why there's a night race, and then 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll never understand that. Depending on the weather. I mean, so we're going to have fans if they're there the whole weekend. I see the trucks at night be comfortable, get sizzled on Saturday in the afternoon heat there. I've been there. It sucks. And then go back. Like, doesn't make any sense, but the racing will be good. Last year's top 10, Ty Gibbs got the win. Shocker. Austin Cindric second, Harrison Burton third, Brendan Brown fourth. Good for Brendan Brown. Tyler Reddick fifth, Chase Briscoe sixth, Ty Dillon seventh, Brendan Jones eighth, Jeb Burton ninth, Jeremy Clements rounded out the top 10. And then Al Geyer was 11th, Riley Hurst was 12th, and he needs another, to keep. He's had a good, couple races. So hopefully, just the way things were, it wasn't, really him for a lot of it. I mean, there was some like Stuart Haas from those last 4 races, 2020 through last year. I mean, you saw the struggles across Cup and the Xfinity car. So I just hope he keeps running good. Noah's 27th, Hemrick 28th, Josh Berry 32nd, AJ Allmendinger finished 33rd last year. So we all know that those 4, unless something stupid happens, are going to be way farther up than 27th, 28th, 32nd, 33rd. Yeah. Unless idiocy happens. And idiocy is all the guaranteed to always happen. So wait and see how that one works out. And then we have Ryan Prix also running in this race, and he's in the 5. So good on him. That means he's getting, really top-notch equipment. I can't wait to see what he's going to do in it. Because again, I think he got, royally shafted. A lot of people did. I'm glad Stuart Haas picked him up as, reserve driver, and these people are giving him opportunities. That's really, really cool. I think he deserves it. So good on them. And I mean that like much as I can. Good on them for giving him a shot. Trevor Bain's going to be in the 18. Can't wait to see him and Ty on the track together. And Austin Dillon's driving the 48 car. And we've seen that car run good with Cup drivers in it this year. So, again, that should be a good race. It's going to be completely different than, the truck because they're at night. And then the first little bit of the Cup race will be, the slipping and sliding from the heat, but it's not going to be nearly as hot as the Xfinity Series race is going to be tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, I've been there for festivals, races, and they start with it's scorching at 1 o'clock. So I think there's going to be a lot more slipping and sliding, and it's going to be a whole lot more exciting, let's say, because of that. But I say you got to watch out for, those 3 right there. Again, Ryan Prix in the 5, Trevor Bay in the 18, always there, and Austin Dillon in the 48. Those guys are going to do, really good. Again, Noah Gregson, Daniel Hemrick, Josh Berry, and AJ Allmendinger are going to do way better than they did last year, unless something stupid happens. But watch out for the junior motorsports. I mean, just look at what they're all doing, and they're adding the 5 to, be another one. But they're just that good. Sam Mayer, Justin Allgaier, Noah, Josh Berry, like they're just fast everywhere we go. So watch out. Again, we all know, Ty Gibbs is going to be good too. Hopefully Herbst keeps running better. The colleague cars, they're going to run good. But if you look at the big thing about it, though, if you look at how everything went last year, like just finishing wise in the top 10, if you go through it, Ty Gibbs is still there, but Austin Cindric in second, gone. Harrison Burton finished third, gone. Tyler Reddick finished 5th, gone. Briscoe 6th, gone. Ty Dillon 7th, not there. I mean, so we just lost half of the top 10 from last year's finish aren't even there anymore. So, it's going to put a lot more people in the mix, which is good. I'm not going to say it isn't. It's very good, actually. And we all like, a lot of them deserve it. Some of them didn't, but, puts new people in new, positions, new cars with a chance to run better and improve. I just don't think anyone's catching Ty Gibbs or, the junior motorsports cars. I mean, Trevor Bain will be up there, and colleague will be, up there. And I think AJ again will do a lot better. But again, just having it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that just adds a whole nother element. And look at how many of Junior's drivers like go-kart, start track, like late models, all that stuff, all their experience. And they're going to be slipping and sliding. Like there's no doubt about it. With how hot it is, it's going to be absolutely nuts. So again, please make sure to watch that one too, or at least find some highlights, because the racing is always really good. The racing there Texas last weekend was way better than the All-Star race ever could have been. So literally, please make sure to check it out and do all that tomorrow, 1 o'clock on FS1. Again, still so weird, but whatever. Jen gets us to Sunday, and you guys went, well, normally I do everything in order. I know I normally do everything in order for, series. I do, everything out. I do, when I did Supercross, then I move on to F1, then I move on to IndyCar, then I move on to all NASCAR. But sorry, these 3 races, Sunday's lineup is stacked. The racing, I don't know how it's going to be even, but it's stacked. I want to see what the new cars do on, Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina for the 600 miles. I want to see how Jimmy does in the Indy 500. I mean, there's just so much. The racing at Monaco is historic. 78 lap race, 9 a.m. Sunday morning on ESPN. I'm telling you, history of them running on the streets there. They've been running there for so long. I don't know what passing is going to be like or anything. I watch practice, and there are people going on, hot laps. People just like, it was chaos will probably ensue, but it's so like, again, might not be the most exciting thing. It's the slowest track on the circuit, but it's so historic. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows Monaco. We've seen it in movies. Like it was in one Iron Man. Like we know it's going to be a great one. 2021 top 10. Max Verstappen won. Shocker. One of many races he won last year and since. Carlos Sainz was second. Lando Norris was third. Perez fourth. Sebastian Vettel fifth. Pierre Gasly sixth. Lewis Hamilton seventh. Lance Stroll eighth. Russell Ocon ninth. And then Gio Vinazzi. That's his last name, Gio Vinazzi. I couldn't pronounce his first name, so I just skipped right through that. Rounded out the top 10. Kimi Räikkönen was in the race, finished 11th. George Russell was 14th. Mick Schumacher was 18th. And then Bottas, Valtteri Bottas and Charles Leclerc finished 19th and 20th and did not finish in the race. And from what I saw in practice so far, same thing we say every time. It's going to be, one of those Red Bull, Ferrari kinds of things. I mean, and there were people like in practice when you saw it running much better. They were beating Max's laps in practice, but then they had slow people in front of them, so they had to abandon the lap. So, you can't really look at the practice numbers. I did put them on the Facebook page, but, it doesn't do it nearly as much justice because, again, there were people slow in front of me. It was on a different, thing. It's a hard track to pass on. There's not a lot of it. Cars so wide. Like, it's just one of those, but they did look really, really good. And people were flying around there. George Russell looked good again. Lewis was back at like 12th or 13th, which again, so was Carlos Sainz. He was down there. And again, he was on a flyer. He was, tenths faster at some points in sectors over Max Verstappen, but he didn't get to finish the lap because he had slow people in front. So we had to just drive through a corner so he didn't run into anyone, and that killed it. So those don't really give any justice to any of it, but it'll be really, really, really like it's just such a technical, slower track. I'm excited to see where it goes with all of it, for being 100% honest. And again, obviously watch out for the Red Bulls and Ferraris. I think Daniel Ricciardo should be good there because he's one of only 5 people in the field that have ever won at Monaco that are driving in the race, which should tell you enough right there. And, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton are 2 of the other ones. It's very, technical thing. Not a lot of people have won there, not a lot of passing zones. When you do it, you got to do it. And it's very narrow, but it's so historic. And, just to see those cars zipping through there or something. And again, maybe we'll see a first time winner, really. I mean, the season's gone. Max Verstappen has won every race that he's finished. And a lot of them he has won quite handedly. Last weekend, he won by 13 seconds. Well, a few laps to go, he was up by 20. He started, using his brain and not abusing the car too much. because they only have so many motors and all that, and that's where that 7 seconds went. It wasn't because they were catching him; that's because he was letting them catch him. He's one-handedly. I think he's going to be right up there again to do it. But I think Daniel Ricciardo will be a lot better. The Ferraris look good. I don't want to see what Lewis Hamilton can do because, again, one of 5 active drivers that won there. And I think if he gets some clear laps in qualifying and all that, when they figure it out, everyone will figure it out just the time they have. It'll all, they should work together to make it so everyone can get clean laps. They won't, but it'd be really, really exciting. And I also want to see if Mick Schumacher can continue his streak because he has never not made Q3 in his career. So I want to see if he can do that. Like, those are the things that are really exciting to me when it comes to all this stuff. So I really hope that it works out good, but it starts out a great Sunday, a super, I'm telling you, it's a super day of racing. And, if you can, I know, people love church, people have all kinds of, cookouts or whatever they want to do for Memorial Day and all that, like over the weekend when you plan things. But if you can, watch as many of the races as you can, record them. You have Hulu, you have unlimited DVR now, like record it. That's Hulu Live TV, but do it. And then, because it's going to be so good, like it really, like I think it's going to be a hell of a race. I mean, it's going to be very technical. Max is probably going to win, but there's going to be races all around the track that aren't Max, and I'm completely okay with that. Like, I don't want to see what Mercedes does to respond, because they finally actually have 2 in the top 5 last weekend. Almost had 2 in the top 4, but again, Lewis had to drive through the field, obviously. And they're like, what, cooling issues? Let them by you. It's better than blowing the thing up. So we'll reckon. But they had a good run last week, so I'd like to see what they're gonna do here, especially with Lewis being one of only 5 winners. So there's a lot of stuff going into it. Just, if you watch it, do not be alarmed if Max Verstappen just drives away from everyone. It's what he's done all year. Unless something breaks, he's won everything this year. So those 2 breaks cost him dearly in points, but he's won so much, really hasn't made. He's made up for it. So good racing. Starts off a historic day of racing across the board, and I'm excited for it, which rolls us into something that I try to watch as much as I can. It's always hard. I was still married, obviously, because she didn't want to watch it. And her family, Hannah's, family now, they only have the weekends really to hang out and do some of the things with people's schedules and stuff. And it's Memorial Day, so everyone's going to try to get together. But NTT IndyCar Series Indianapolis 500, 106th running of it. Green flag 12:45 Sunday on NBC. It's a 200 lapper, and it's going to be exciting. Scott Dixon's on pole after setting the new 4-lap average, best 4-lap average for that. And I think he's going to be in the hunt all day. He just knows how to do it. But 2021 results from last year: Helio Castro Neves won, Alex Palou was 2nd, Simon Pagenaud was 3rd, Pato O'Ward 4th, Carpenter was 5th, Santino Ferrucci. Clint Boyer loved Santino Ferrucci during all of those iRacing things in 2020. So good on Santino. Got a 6th. Sage Cameron was 7th. Kampfhout was 8th. Juan Pablo Montoya 9th. Good for Juan, Pablo. Still glad to see him out there doing it. And then Tony Kanaan was 10th, with Joseph Newgarden 12th, Colton Hurd 16th, Scott Dixon 17th, Alexander Rossi 29th, and then Will Power was back in 30th. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that unless I'm really stupid. Happens just the way people are going. Obviously, keep your eyes on, the normal, people. Like if Helio's there, he's going to be in there. Juan Pablo has been up there before. Will Power, look at Scott Dixon with his speed. Joseph Newgarden, though, like the ovals, he was, really, really good. And Jimmy Johnson, like I'm watching Jimmy this time because look where he was in some of those practices. Look how he made it, there in qualifying. Like he knows this track. Anyone has a lot of laps around there. It's comparable to a lot of the guys in the field in the Indy 500. Like he knows that place so well. Look how good he did. Everyone's worried about him at that speed. Look how good he did so far. Look what he did at his first oval, and everyone was worried about that. In Texas, I think. I would love to see him win. For being realistic, is he probably going to win? No. Anyone listening to this, we can all agree, is he probably going to win? Probably not. But would it be great to see him at least have a respectable run at the Indianapolis 500? Yes. And I think that he's going to, but I don't think he's going to win. I think that's going to come down to a Palou, Scott Dixon, Will Power, Joseph Newgarden, especially again after, he's just good on ovals, and I think he's going to be Helio. Like there's Juan Pablo. I think he's going to be up there. Yeah, there's a lot of people. We just got to see how it all works out. Because again, it's a long race and a lot of weird things happen, which push people back. And, like Alexander Rossi and Will Power running 29th and 30th at the end of last year. Like just things happen. But I'm really, really looking forward to that. Again, 12:45 Sunday, green flag on NBC, 200 laps. And those guys fly around there. Like it is absolutely a complete show to see. And I'm going to hopefully be able to watch it live. If not, that's why I'm invented DVRs with unlimited space. So then if I don't record anything on Monday, which is Memorial Day, so I probably won't. But regardless, I'm probably not going to get through everything by time Monday rolls around, just because there's so much. And again, her brother served, they do cookouts for it, just BS about, people that we lost that we served with stories, and remember all of them. So, I'm not really putting a priority on doing it on Monday. I'll probably go Tuesday. There's a fair heads up. That's going to be a great race again. Make sure you don't miss it. I'm telling you, don't. Which gets us to the Coke 600, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. on Sunday. I still no idea what the Xfinity race is at 1, but 2021 top 10. Kyle Larson got it. Chase Elliott second, Kyle Busch third, William Byron fourth, Alex Bowman fifth. So 4 out of the top 5 were for Hendrick Motorsports. Austin Dillon got a 6th, and he's good at this race. That was where he got his first win, I do believe. Like, he's won this race. He's shown that they could do, the strategy game and all kinds of things to win there. So hopefully, he does good again. Danny Hamlin 7th, Chris Buescher 8th, Tyler Reddick 9th, Kevin Harvick 10th. And then Brad was in 11th, so we'll see what he can do this year. A new team. He hasn't had a lot of good runs, but, they put 1 or 2. And, like, again, even at the All-Star race, even though people wrecked out, at least it was respectable. It didn't go, oh, look, he's getting lapped. Like, again, wasn't enough time to lap people, but he ran respectable. Bubba was 14th, so hopefully, he can do it again. I'll give credit where credit's due. He did good last year, so I'm not trying to, beat him to death. I hope he does good again. I want everyone to do good. That was how I feel about them. Except for a few people, want to see all of them do good just because it's good for the sport. So hopefully he does. Suarez 15th. I think he'll do better than that. Matty D got 18th. So good luck, Harrison Burton. Truex was 29th. And just again, circumstances that are out of, you can't do anything about. I was there a few years ago with my mom and dad when he led 587, 88, 188, whatever the hell it was, of the 600 miles of the race. Like he just drove away with it in a circle all night. Thank God for, stages, because at least it sunk everyone back together for a few seconds, and he just drove away. So that was weird. But Ross Chastain was 37th. He's going to do way better than that this year. He's coming. And then Kurt Busch was 38th again. He's going to do, he should do way better than that unless stupid things happen. Like I just said, look out for Ross Chastain. He's been fast everywhere. Literally. He's good unless, stupid things. He took himself out of one race. I think he's going to be really good. And again, his teammate Suarez, I think he's going to be better than 15th like he was last year. I just think everything's, everything's different. Everything's changed, and he's been run better than that. So I hope he does better than that. Hendrick's going to run, good. Obviously, watch out for them every week. Kyle Busch, he's on the list. Kurt's on the list. Hopefully, Eric Jones does good because he's either done really good or he's just had really bad things happen. There's nothing he could do about a lot of them, but hopefully he has a good run because I always like the kid. See what Brad does with this weekend. Again, hopefully he gets closer because Buescher's outrun him by a lot of the races. So, I think he'll do better. The All-Star race, again, didn't really say much just because of how the race is sectioned out and all that, but I hope he does better. Because he needs to start turning around. Once he starts turning around, that means everything for the team's going to obviously be getting better. So hopefully he figures it out. We shall see. And Tyler Reddick, hopefully he can get it done. This time, finally. We've been waiting on him to get it done for a very long time. So hopefully he can get it done. I think he's going to run good. I think it's going to be an exciting race. We just got to see, does he push a cushion? Does he lose a tire? yeah, just what happens because there's so much dumb that tends to happen. And I will say NASCAR, the teams, they've been warned by Goodyear about pressures and camber and all that stuff, which is why tires have been blowing out, like we said, because they're running it to the well beyond the max. So hopefully they listen to that. I have no faith in any of those teams listening to them. They're going to push it as hard as they can to try to get as much advantage as they can. And damn it, all of it be damned. But sooner or later, there's going to be guys that are, going to have to start listening to them just for self-preservation. And there's going to be other teams that can't because they're going to have to keep pushing us. You have to take the chance so they can, try to get as much of a little thing as they can against someone else, try to get a win. Because that's going to be their only way in. Like it's just so everything right now. It's going to be really weird. But again, historic weekend of racing. So please make sure catch it all. Really, again, if you don't get to watch the truck race tonight, whatever, the Xfinity race tomorrow, whatever. But F1 in Monaco, the Indy 500, and the Coke 600. That is a beautiful day of racing. There's a Marine on Kevin Harvick's car again, so shout out to them for that. Me and Walter greatly appreciate that one. But I'll be back probably Tuesday, just because I don't know how I'm going to get. I want to get through it all live, but no matter what, I'm going to record it so I can see it. And then Memorial Day and Graves, and there's just so much stuff to do. I'm not making any promises. It'll probably be on Tuesday. So now you're all fairly warned to be looking for that. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I will say thank you to everyone on Good Pods for listening. Number one indie sports news show on there. And I believe we're 13th on just sports shows in general. My memory is working correctly. So thank you for that. Greatly appreciate it. Again, don't forget, if you're not on Good Pods, go on Good Pods and listen to it there. If you are on Good Pods, go on to, put them on the Twitter page, follow that. Follow them on, the Facebook page. You can see stuff there. Share all that stuff out. Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Anchor, Breaker, Sketcher. There's everywhere. And the more you follow, YouTube and Rumble for the videos, you can subscribe to the channel. Just subscribe, just to get the numbers up there. Click like and put a little, rating on the thing, on the channel. And if you're listening to it, just go on YouTube and Rumble, click like, write a little comment, and move on. It helps us out greatly to get more eyes and ears on, to more ratings and everything we get, and comments and likes and all of that. But please share all of it out, no matter what. The grassroots, stuff, because I don't want to give any of the people on Facebook and all that any ad money at all, as they don't do me any favors. But enjoy your weekend. Remember why we're celebrating, and we have a long weekend. For those that are no longer here, do whatever you have to do, to celebrate, the lives of the ones that aren't here in their memory as healthy as you can. And we'll be back probably on Tuesday. So enjoy yourselves, enjoy the racing, please, because it's going to be phenomenal. And until Tuesday, my friends, peace.